So, speaking of the versus thing, we got Ludacris and Nelly coming this weekend. Yes, sir. Ludacris and Nelly. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna watch this one, but I think it's a little uneven. I don't know why. For me, I would have liked to see Luda go against T.I. because not only because, for one, they both from the ATL. Two, they had some beef back in the day, which they did squash. Yeah. So it would be dope just to see them do something together to really show people that we got past that, kind of like the Nas and JayZ, because to let people know we squashed it, they started doing songs together. And Ludacris did do a song with T.I., but you know, it's like you want to see more, you know what I mean? And they both represent the South very strongly. So I think that's why it would have been a better matchup. Now, Nelly is dope. I mean, he has some dope hits, but I don't think he's on the same, to me, personally, I don't think he's on the same exact level as Luda. I think Luda had a bigger body of work, plus Luda's the better lyricist. And, you know, listen to that beat, man. Come on, man. That's my joint
all
right
this smoke gonna catch up, and all this string gonna catch up. Young niggas don't give a, they don't give a young nigga. Yo, that shit went hard. Yo, that's back for the first time ever.
Man.
Woo!
Man, Luda killing it. I mean, he's always been just straight hip hop. He ain't never tried to water himself down. I mean, he's had like beatboxing on his songs and stuff too. I love that about him, man. He really tries to get them elements in there.
Yeah, I think like him, and because I think he's cut from that cloth of like, you know, Goody Mob, Outkast.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of like, and really he to me, I think he kind of bridged the gap between that and like T.I. with the trap stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he did. He was kind of like the in between.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that's you know, my personal pick. But it's coming up this Saturday, so please y'all check that out because you know, we need to support that hip hop. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. I want to say it's probably gonna be around 7 or 8, something like that. You know what I mean?
So these other versus battles.
Yeah, we also got Bone Thugs coming up with 3 6 Mafia. They haven't given us an exact date on that one yet, but that's coming. I think they're trying to focus more on what's happening now, which is the Luda and Nelly. They've been promoting that more.
Luda!
Because Bone and 3 6, they wasn't doing it with the sponsorship of Versus and Timberland and Switch. They weren't doing it with them. They were just doing it on their own.
Yeah.
So, also, I forgot, there's one more. Keith Murray said he was just about to do one with... I think it was Mr. Cheeks, the Lost Boy.
Okay.
And they canceled theirs at the last minute from technical difficulty. So that's another one that's going to be coming up. So it's an exciting time, man. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah.
I don't know about Mr. Cheeks. Well, I don't know. The Lost Boys has some stuff.
Yeah. They had some hits.
But then that'd be kind of tough.
It's an uneven match.
Well, see, Keith Murray got locked up too.
Right.
So, and then when he kind of came back out, like he had some push, but you know, I think.
Ooh, you know who would be good to go up against Keith Murray? Cannabis.
Yeah,
that would be a dope matchup because I think Keith Murray had a little more popularity, but they're both, you know, because they actually did an album together. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't they? They did a collaboration album. What the hell was it called? It was back in the early 2000s. Somewhere between 2000 and 2010, they did an album together, and it was actually pretty dope. So I'm gonna have to dig that up, and on YouTube you'll probably see it flash across the screen because I'll probably find it and add it.
All right. Oh, so we got other battles too, right? Yeah. So 50 not gonna do the battle with Ja Rule.
I don't know, man. It's
50, I'm salty about that shit.
Yeah, man, get over that shit, man.
Man, because he was like, he want to battle Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, but Snoop is like, nah, I want to battle JayZ. I kind of agree with it. Snoop and Jay are monumental in hip hop, so they're a little more fitted to battle each other. 50 and Ja are big in hip hop, but they're not on the Snoop and Jay level. So it would be uneven for 50 and Snoop to battle.
Well, I'm not going to say that 50 ain't on so-called Snoop level, but I mean, as far as like Snoop got what? Snoop been rapping since what? late 80s.
Yeah.
Kind of got on his first. Well, then you got the Chronic shit,
Right.
92. Then you got his album in 93.
The
Dog Father. And then and like, you ain't, he always been in a certain lane. Like, even though he couldn't really get back to doggy style, like some of his other shit been like crazy.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
He's got a catalog. And 50's got a good catalog too, but I don't think he's got enough to handle Snoop. That's why I feel like they're uneven.
Yeah, Snoop got that. Snoop got that music. All them bitches gonna go jump up to and dance.
Yeah, man.
Shoot, niggas gonna be dancing and shit.
Right.
You know, cribbing and shit.
Yeah.
Shoot, especially that Church of the Palace song. Who is the man?
Man.
With that Snoop Dogg. Man, he had like a live band with him and shit. Yeah, Snoop got that.
I mean, you know what I mean? So, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Snoop and Jay, and I wouldn't mind seeing 50 and Ja, because it would be a good way to squash the whole 50 and Ja thing. Y'all need to put that shit to rest. Y'all too old for that shit.
I don't want to squash it, man. I gotta keep it going, man.
You need to squash that shit.
Now fuck that nigga, man. You know what I mean, man? I gotta do what I gotta do, man. But nah.
And they got into physical altercations several times. I think at least twice. And there was one time when I think 50 got stabbed in his hand.
Damn.
And I think it might have been directly by Ja Rule. It was either Ja or somebody else in the camp. But both of their crews clashed and stuff like that. But it's like, get over that shit, man. It's a wrap. Y'all are too old for this shit, man. You know what I mean? And this is what the elite powers that be love to see. Us angry and mad at each other. You know what I mean? Ready to kill each other, man. You don't see a whole lot of that among them.
Nope.
So anyway, man, but yeah, I'm ready to see some more. The Luda and Nelly, I'm checking it out.
Luda,
Bone Thugs and 3-6. I think that's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah. Especially when they used to have beef. So yeah. I think they'd be kind of I think they passed that. Also, okay. They're talking about DMX versus JayZ.
Okay. And that would be a good matchup.
Who would you taking that? A lot of people saying X.
That's hard.
A lot of people saying X because X had them hits, man.
X might have to be my pick on that, man. Because now for those of y'all who don't know, they actually battled back in the day, and X beat JayZ in a freestyle battle. So back in them days when X was fresh out of jail, so he was hungry, boy. So he actually.
Let me tell you something, Jay. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get. But see, that's the thing. Like DMX, I think he was kind of like that. I think a lot of people gravitated to him too because he kind of was off that Tupac cadence. Yeah. He wasn't really like necessarily the best rapper,
right?
But what he was is like he
mastered what he did.
He
mastered that aggressive, gritty style. That whenever he opened his mouth, you just had to step back. Like, damn.
Yo,
you had to come that hard.
Yeah, all them niggas getting hit.
So JayZ is probably a better lyricist as far as metaphors and wordplay and all of that. But if you're just talking about hit for hit, I don't know. JayZ has some hits, but X had them hits that as soon as you hit a beat, you want to dance, you want to nod your head. You know what I mean?
You might want to throw a trash can or two.
You might
motherfucking, revolutionize. Right. Like niggas gonna be in the streets.
You might want to walk, you know. You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna get that feeling from a JayZ. You ain't gonna get that. So I ain't gonna lie, I might have to pick X on that. And JayZ is definitely one of my top artists these days because I grew to love him, but when he first came out, I wasn't really feeling him like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. But he did his thing, and he showed and proved and gained my respect over the years. So right now, I don't think too many can handle him lyrically. You know what I mean? But I haven't done a lyrical breakdown on him, but we have done one on DMX. So yeah, y'all need to go back and check that out. But yeah, and speaking of the versus thing, they're also talking about now they're going to do different avenues with that. They're going to do comedy versus and they're going to do sports versus. So I'm thinking that's gonna be kind of nice. You know what I mean?
I like to
I'd love to see the comedy.
Comedy versus. I don't know how.
I don't know how they're gonna pull off the sports. Are they just gonna play clips from old fights? Because I mean, if they do that, all they gotta do is get Mike Tyson against anybody. All he gotta do is hit play on.
Speaking of which, you see that nigga come up and
Mike Tyson is back, nigga. He is back.
Yeah.
When he was doing all the moves, I was like, yo. Ain't no way.
I'm like my man. Tony Baker. I don't want no problems.
Man, I don't want no problem.
No, I don't want no.
That man is in his mid-50s now.
53.
Yeah,
and like moving
like he's 20-something.
I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Man, listen.
Yeah, I would.
Y'all do not want it with Mike. He still got that beast mode in him. He still got that beast mode.
I tell you what. Even if I had a gun.
Right. I'd still be a little shaky, like, pull up, Mike.
Yo.
Stop moving so fast, Mike.
Yo, I was listening to this story about the locks, and they were talking about Mike Tyson back in the day when he was wild.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like he was getting after E.
I remember that.
And they was like, it's like, yeah, man. We might have to poke, Mike.
Right,
like somebody gonna go to sleep though,
right.
but we gonna have to poke, Mike.
I think that was on the on Nori's show.
Yo, I was biting. We gonna have to poke him.
Yeah. Wasn't that on the Nori?
I think it was.
I think that's what it was.
Either
way, man. It was funny,
that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, man. He said we might have to poke Mike. If you know the locks, they always throwing that in their raps. How they carry blades, and the hawk, the ox, all of that, man.
Oh man.
So yeah, man, they notorious for them blades, boy. But yeah, so I'm anxious to see where they go with the verses. Let's talk about this whole Mike Epps and Aries Spears thing. I didn't really get to delve into it, so tell me a little bit more about it.
Okay, so
didn't it start with Mike Epps saying something?
Yeah, basically, this happened after when Sean Reed was shot down in Indiana.
Okay.
And Mike Epps hails from Indiana.
Okay.
And he was talking about, hey, black people, we need to come together. We got to stop this black on black crime. Reason he was, and I don't want to misplace his words, but what I'm saying is, I think what Aries Spears got out of it is saying the reason why the police is killing us is because we're killing each other.
Right.
And Aries Spears came back and said, well, that's not so. You got people kill, you got them killing us because they're just dirty.
Yeah.
And, and so Mike Epps was upset about his retort. And it was like, he was just, and I think Aries Spears, I don't know, sometimes he'll do some stuff, but I think he was respectfully agreeing to disagree.
Yeah.
So Mike
got
Mike got upset about it, and he was just like, well, you need to be careful out here. Streets love me. And he's like, well, streets love me too, Mike. And like, he was just saying, we're just having a discussion. We're having a narrative. What I'm trying to say is, and said, I got love for you. I don't hate you or nothing like that. I just don't agree with what you're saying. And they were supposed to have like an IG live discussion. I think he told, from what I understand, like Mike pulled out. He had a phone call and kind of just, he pretty much cussed Aries out. And I think Aries I saw it this morning. It might have been a little earlier than that. And saying that, hey, I still got love for you. I'm not, you gotta be able to articulate
a little bit
and say what you're saying better. I'm not coming at, hey, there ain't no beef or nothing like that. I'm just telling you that, hey, this ain't the way you're saying this is really detrimental for us. So, I kind of stand with Aries on that. But at the same time, I can't say too much in the sense, because on the surface, this is what it looks like. I don't know what, we ain't in them people's lives, so I don't know what they said to each other over the phone. Exactly. Mike might have said, it's all good, and Eric's like, well, this nigga told me to kiss my ass. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. So, yeah. But either way, I would like to see them discuss, and bring this further. And we need to have a dialogue we need to really do more than dialogue. Let's just fucking be real with you right now. We need to do more than that. But like for them two right now, yeah, we do kind of, the dialogue and, kind of talk about, hey, I just want to respectfully disagree, and still be love.
And that's the thing. It's nothing wrong with a healthy debate, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's just that your debate don't never have to always go into we got to get physical now because you said something that push the button or rub me the wrong way and all of that. We don't have to bring the streets into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just we can agree to disagree, and you bring your facts, I bring my facts. If we still can't convince each other otherwise, then that is what it is. But that's what I firmly believe. You don't argue with a fool because, just like JayZ said, a wise man said, "Don't argue with fools."
Yeah. That's one thing.
Can't win that argument.
Well, that's one thing he was alluding to too. Like I said, well, you can't have both. I mean, what Aries was saying, like you can't just, you can't just say the streets got love for me, but then you're calling, to stop the violence. Yeah. But then stuff like that, the streets got love for me.
Yeah, it's like why would you even say that?
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Because he, supposedly Mike Epps was trying to act like he was trying to stop the whole violence thing, but then you say the streets got love for me. I mean, that's what you're doing now. You just contradicting yourself. So Mike Epps ain't never really been one of my favorites. I mean, because I can tell he's got a bad attitude, you know what I mean? But I didn't care for the way he disrespected Kevin Hart about a year or two ago. He was kind of dissing him.
Which is kind of funny you bring that up, because both Aries and Mike Epps, kind of went at him. You know what I'm saying? At Kevin Hart.
I didn't know.
Like he went on the. I think he went on the. But I mean, even with Aries' situation, I don't think it was a place of hate either.
Right.
I think now, like Mike, I don't know. I think it was a little bit more on the salty side.
Yeah.
But excuse me, y'all. I don't.
Oh, you good, man? You good.
I'm trying to keep because the computer.
Yeah, we gotta keep the party going.
But I mean, I don't think that what I'm saying, when that happened, I mean, I think either Aries and I know Aries and Kevin were probably, well, I ain't gonna say I know. I feel that Aries and Kevin are pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny. Yeah, but it's kind of funny. Like those two now are so-called beefing with each other over this thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but it is what it is, man. Before we go too far, I almost forgot one thing. I had my man something here, and I forgot. I meant to give it to you at the beginning of the show. My man, I promised him the book.
Yeah, nigga.
I promised.
Yeah.
So I wanted to personally hand you that now that we back in effect once again.
Back in effect. Sweat the technique.
Yes, sir. So, enjoy that, man. I mean,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna crack this open tonight.
I haven't cracked mine open either yet, so I'm gonna crack that joint open.
Yeah, man.
Because I've been so busy lately. I finally am getting to the point where I'm not so busy. So, but yeah. So let's. As much as I don't want to talk about this nigga, let's talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine a little bit. I can't.
Fuck this nigga, son.
Now let me say this. I'm gonna give you out the precursor because I don't want to sound like I'm hating, but I never really cared for his music. I don't care if he got a good beat or whatever. Because every now and then everybody like, yeah, but his beats be going hard. I mean, that's fine, but I don't have no respect for him as a person because for one, he's not a good rapper. You know what I mean? And all this dumbness that he do with all the colors and all of that. It's a corny gimmick, and I don't care for gimmicks, man, like that.
I ain't gonna lie, this song was fun. You get them guns go dun 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 dun.
I didn't even like that.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's one of them, once you hear it a few times, it's gonna get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
But so now that he's out of jail and roaming free, he's got a new song out. I don't know the name of it, I don't care, but he got over 100 million views in 48 hours on this song. 100 million. And it's you know, people are just, I saw one video where a girl was dancing to the song and she was like, yeah, her caption was like, I know I'm not supposed to support him, but this beat go hard or something like that. And then she just started dancing all wild.
Yeah, but that's crazy though, man. We're really getting sold out to beat.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And that's what your music is reduced to now. Just a good beat.
And the whole thing about like non-snitching and all that stuff, it's just like morals are just out the fucking window.
They are. And I mean,
they're just out the window, man.
It's basically, hip hop is just being so watered down now that basically you can go on a song and say, I hate black people and I hate girls and F all y'all, but you got a good beat.
Man, that's fire!
They gonna be, hey, you know what I mean? It's like, why is that okay? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not hating on the dude. I mean, if he get money off, he get money off, but I can't support stuff like that. He's a gimmick and he doesn't really want to, make serious music. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't really care for gimmicky stuff like that. You know what I mean? Even outside of the whole snitching thing, I mean, that's on you. If you want to snitch, that's on you. I mean, I probably wouldn't have done it, but I just don't like him because he's a gimmick and he comes off so corny in his look and everything.
But the thing of it is, it's just like I'm not no street dude.
Yeah.
I don't plan to do none of that shit. But if you gonna hang with street people, you gotta go by street rules. That's just it. If you affiliate with them,
But apparently it don't matter no more.
Nah, it really don't. It really don't. It really don't.
I mean, he walking the streets like, what? He done got out and recorded songs and all of this and nobody care. All they ready to do is buy his music. So, and speaking of him, he also threw a little shot at Meek Mill.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. He was saying like what Meek Mill was like I hope that you be able to like pay the people or something that like got you stuck or something like that.
He said something to that effect. It was a comment Guess our Instagram shut down, so y'all have to check it out on YouTube and Facebook. But yeah, so I guess we've been going for an hour. But yeah, so he said something to that effect, like like he was feeling like Meek wasn't shit. You gotta pay people back and you ain't this and that. So I think Meek did respond. He said something about I gotta crush you for the culture or something like that. So I'm assuming Meek Mill's probably gonna have a little diss.
I hope he does. I hope he has a little diss track for him. I hope he has fucking goons to wear his ass out wherever he is.
Yeah,
man. Well, I'm gonna get on my cash shit. I don't wish nothing bad to the man. I really don't. But goddamn it, I don't wish nothing good to him.
Right, exactly.
I just don't. I don't. But yeah, man, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. But he, it's what's funny to me is now that he successfully, because he got out of prison because he claimed he didn't want to get the coronavirus. That's how he convinced them to let him out.
Yeah, that's some bitch.
So he set off a trend when he did that, because now there's a lot of prison inmates who are begging to get out because of corona. And I mean, now it is spreading.
Yeah.
But what's funny is there's a news story that came out that said a lot of inmates are purposely trying to infect each other with corona so that they can get out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? They're doing stuff like drinking from the same cups and just doing reckless stuff, spitting and not caring, and they're like, yeah, because that'll let me out of jail early. And I mean, I'm sorry, I can't. You're not going to infect me with no disease that could potentially kill me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because either way, you're going to be dead.
Exactly. So I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. But that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But y'all still, please beware of the coronavirus because it's still going on. No matter what, we got to be careful. we're gonna be washing our hands, washing our faces, and all of that good stuff, man, and staying safe, and not just taking for granted that they're slacking up on these stay-at-home orders just because they're saying, "Oh yeah, you can go out now and do stuff." Don't mean that. I'm not gonna be out there running around just acting crazy. I'm not doing that.
Speaking of which, since we're talking about the snitching,
yeah,
HR 666 has been on the board of the bill for like Congress, and you can check this out on Congress.gov. This is basically a law that's pretty much, for lack of a better word, snitching, promoting snitching, getting paid good money to snitch. If you suspect anybody to have like COVID-19 and things, but I think it's not. I don't think it's law yet. I think it's still just a bill. I think it was written up May the 1st, I believe. If I can find it. Yeah, it's actually inducted in the House May the 1st. So now we 13 days into May, but yeah, it's still a bill. It's not a law yet. Yeah. But if they push this, man, this shit gonna get crazy.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? And then now you got Tekashi 6ix9ine, the rat is out. And then, up there just ratting out on, pretty much got, he pretty much didn't get reprimanded for ratting. And now it's funny that 2020, the Chinese zodiac, it's the year of the rat. And now they got a law talking about if you rat on your people, you're going to get paid. Like if you get, they got corona and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And for this thing, they trying to carry this out, and they going to give like 100. What was this? 100 billion, and that's how many zeros? One. That's 369. Yeah. $100 billion, and they act like they can't pay for motherfucking reparations. Rat bastards.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. It's a shame. It's a shame. They were quick to dish out that money when we went into this pandemic. But black people say we need reparations. Oh, we ain't got.
Nah, we ain't got. It's gonna break the country.
Right. But now they about to do a second round. They talking about them stimulus checks.
Oh,
a second round.
Hey, shit. Hey, me, motherfucker.
I mean, but y'all, they just. That goes to show you they can do whatever they want, but they just won't do
what's right.
Yeah. So that's life, man. But let's talk a little bit about Ahmaud Arbery and Brianna Taylor. As y'all know, Ahmaud Arbery was I think the city was Brunswick, Georgia. Brunswick.
Yeah.
And he was out, and basically, because he had went into a house that was under construction, nobody was there. When they're doing construction, sometimes they just basically leave stuff wide open. The garage open because there ain't no doors yet and stuff like that. So he went in there and looked around, not once but a few times. You know what I mean? And so basically, these neighborhood vigilantes said, "You know what? We don't like that." You know what I mean? So we need to go ahead and confront him. Now, what's messed up is when it first happened, they said that it was fresh off of a burglary. Like they had witnessed him burglarizing something when that wasn't even true. And later, once the video came out, we all found out that no, he was just in there walking around looking. So now you messed yourself up by lying. You know what I mean? And they basically just double teamed this man by running up on him, and then because he resisted arrest, their little weak-ass citizens arrest, he resisted. Now people are saying he attacked them. It's like people will find any angle to justify what the people like them do. You know what I mean? Well, they had to do it. He was a gangster, and he was attacking them, and he was out running. I mean, and now even this is the thing, like you said, even if he had just burglarized the house, even if he did that, that doesn't warrant you killing him. Nothing he did warrants him. You know, nothing he did warrants you killing him. So I don't care if y'all saw him put something in his pocket directly, and you got it on tape. Then you don't have the right to take this man's life. You can try to detain him until the cops get there. That's all you can do.
That's really all you can do.
Yeah, you know, hold him, grab him, like Tony Baker said, grab him and hold him. You know, that's about it. That would have been justified. And you come running up on this man with shotguns and think he's not supposed to have a reaction?
See, that's the thing too.
What's wrong with you?
That's the thing too. Those people like that, you know, like the Zimmermans and all that stuff, they have violent histories.
Yeah.
And they just get slapped on the wrist.
Yeah.
And it's like a double standard here. Like, why are these people who are actually menaces to society getting a little slap on the wrist, but a person that's, you know, like look like me and you, who gets murdered for no apparent reason? Oh, we're the scum of the earth.
Right.
Before you even get to the ground. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
Exactly. So, you know, I think that's really sad because, you know, as we said earlier, somebody was trying to, you know, take up for the white guys who killed him as if what they did was justified. But not once do people like that. Not once do they say, I'm sorry to hear that this man died. You know what I mean? They're more so, well, yeah, you know, he went in the house and he shouldn't have been there. And, you know what I mean? Who's supposed to be doing that? And it's like, man, do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? And, you know, I just really think that's a tragic moment, and it's a gut punch. You know what I mean? Like I said, and I'm sick of getting gut punched all the time with these stories. You know, because, and then I hear about the Brianna Taylor story, which is another gut punch. She was at home, chilling in her bed with her boyfriend, and police raid her house and basically start shooting, and she gets killed. I think she got shot 8 times, I think.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My wife brought it to my attention. I didn't really know about it, but it's like, man, you know, I'm sick of feeling like I'm being gut punched all the time by hearing about these stories where they're so reckless, because what makes it bad is they weren't even at the right house. The cops were supposed to be going to a different address. So you went in guns blazing on the wrong house. And then another thing that made it so bad was, then they find out, oh, the guy we're looking for, he's already in custody. He's already in custody.
Wow.
The guy or girl, whoever the hell it is. So he wasn't even out running them up. This guy, you got the wrong address, and the guy's already caught. And so, and a third level to this is her boyfriend that was there with her shot at the cop because of this, and now he's arrested. He's arrested and in jail, and there's, you know, talking about how wrong he was. He's like, okay, I'm trying to protect my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all just come busting
Y'all came in and didn't give me no freeze, hands up, nothing.
Right.
Y'all just went in.
Nothing.
And see, that's the thing, man. It's just, man, they could just do this and be so dirty about it. And I think of it is they just need to rework the whole police thing. They really need to rework that whole system from the top down. And, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta say so in it because we pay their salary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. But they really want to mess around and, you know, kill us, man. So there's a day coming. And that's the thing that's crazy, man. I think people gonna get tired of that shit. You can keep kicking and poking and prodding, but man, something about to pop off. And that's what they hoping on, really.
Right.
That's really what they hoping on. They hoping on this race war.
Yeah.
That's what they pushing.
And if a race war happened, we would still be blamed for it.
Yup.
They would say, see, they're savages. They're attacking us for no reason. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just over it, man. And I mean, then you got the other guy you were talking about, Reed.
Sean Reed.
So I don't even know the whole story with him. What happened?
The only thing I know about him, I don't know if he was in the right or wrong per se. The only thing, he was running from the cops. He did fire back at them when he. And what was interesting about this, he was on Facebook Live when this happened.
Oh wow.
So he fired back once, and then they pretty much killed him on the live, and he was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a closed casket, homie." That's what like the cops said. Oh,
wow.
Yeah, like come on, dude.
But they can get away with that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They can say
insane.
stuff like that, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, he was justified in saying that." You know what I mean? It's I don't get it, man. That's what I don't get when they get away with doing the stuff that they do. You know what I mean? I knew that the world was pretty much going to hell in a handbasket when the Rodney King thing jumped off, because that was the first time you had the whole thing caught on tape.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, finally justice. And they were like, oh yeah, nah. They're not going to jail. They're not even getting charged.
No.
They're good.
Yeah, oh yeah. 'Cause that's
And it was just like, what? Wait a minute. So we got evidence that y'all beat the crap out of this dude, and look how he came out with all. His face was almost unrecognizable, and y'all still get off as justified. That's when I knew. I was like, oh yeah, we going to hell.
Yep. But it's all right. 'Cause one day it's gonna be their turn.
Yeah.
I don't know how soon.
Yep.
But it's gonna be their turn. They gonna be like, oh man, well we needed justice and all that stuff. It's really kind of coming out in these quarantine stuff. Cause like really, man, like right now they can't even handle being in quarantine and stuff. They can't even handle it.
Yeah.
They going nuts,
Losing their mind.
Yep.
But we don't want to keep y'all too long. We just wanted to kind of drop some information and kind of keep y'all, thinking about this stuff, because we just, you got to think about, we got to walk the streets on eggshells, you know what I mean? Because it don't matter what it is, you never know what's going to happen. So please be smart, please protect yourself, and, just be smart as best you can.
Yep.
That's all I can say, man. So, you got anything else you want to drop before we sign it off?
Nah, I think that's it for today, man. And we just appreciate everybody to check this out, man.
Yeah, man.
Y'all, we appreciate, again, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a safe week.
Yeah,
Please
man.
be safe out here, man.
Be safe. And like Rakim said, don't sweat the technique.
Don't sweat it.
Go get that book. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. So, Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This your man, Uncle Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we're gonna see y'all on the next go round.
Peace.